And we're back. Part 2 of the program, Hoots. When we left off in part 1, we were talking about Jontel Evans' improved offensive play of late. I mean, he looked pretty darn good against Wake Forest the other night, driving to the hoop, and we know he's never going to make outside shots, but, you know, he seems to have maybe turned the corner a little bit offensively lately.
Yeah, before we get into that, I just want to let our viewers know that we're happy that we're back in Charlottesville in one piece after that extended road trip with Doug Dowdy to Florida State.
That's a good point.
48 hours in a car or something like that. but yeah, you make a good point about Jontel. You know, I think even though they lost that game at Florida State and had a couple of close ones before that, where everybody's starting to gang up on Mike Scott even more than usual, I think they've learned something, that if they attack the paint a little bit more, that there's some options there on offense that maybe they didn't think about a lot before. So yeah, Evans did a great job of driving and getting that little runner going down the lane. He still misses layups every now and then, but I guess that's a product of his size more than anything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think he's coming along. I think if the perimeter shooters, I think Sammy even told you this, that if they would just every now and then just pump fake and get their defender up in the air and drive, that might even add more to their offense.
Now, Hoots, you mentioned our road trip with one Doug Dowdy. Now, the biggest thing, obviously, to come out of that was something that nobody in the sports world thought would ever happen, and that would be
tweeting.
Jerry Ratcliffe is now on Twitter. You can find him at Hootie Booty. That's HOOTIE BOOTY at Hootie Booty. What led to this? I mean, where did this come from?
Well, it was pressure. I was peer pressure from you and Dowdy to start tweeting. I never thought I would do it either, but it was fun. It helped make the ride a little shorter with us experimenting with that, and it's been fun. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from people, and I may change that name, though. I'm getting a lot of grief.
No, you can't.
From people saying that it might be a little too promiscuous a name.
Now, my question for you is, did the famed sports writer out of South Boston, Tucker McLaughlin, joining Twitter recently play into your decision at all? Because it seemed like you became a Twitter person right after or shortly after he did.
Yeah, he kind of inspired me because Tucker said, "Hootie, if I can do it, you can do it." So, you know, he was right, and he said it was more fun than I realized, and he was right. I am having more fun with it than I thought I would.
So Tucker's like a revolutionary here, is what you're saying.
Tucker has always been a revolutionary.
Speaking of Twitter, you can also find me now. I've always been on Cavalier Insider, and we thank you for all those followers, over 1,200 followers, but I'll also be starting my own separate Twitter I should throw in here, Whitey's World 365. That's at Whitey's World 365. Just so everybody knows out there, I'll continue to post the videos and all the stuff that you're used to seeing on the Cavalier Insider Twitter handle, but now I'll also have this separate handle where we'll be talking lots about my New York Knicks and just various things that I'm really interested in, such as Jeremy Lin, the point guard from Harvard, who is just tearing it up for my Knickerbockers, Hoots, over the last 3 games. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I don't know that I've seen anything like this in the NBA. And the funny thing is his rise to fame has been so quick. I understand he's still sleeping on his roommate's couch. He doesn't even have a place to stay.
Landry Fields' couch, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
This is what I thought was really funny that nobody in the New York media has really written about. The Knicks' starting backcourt went to Harvard and Stanford. That's Jeremy Lin and Landry Fields. But then their starting front court, Tyson Chandler, straight from high school to college. Amari Stoudemire, straight from high school to college. And then you got Carmelo Anthony, who had 1 year of college at Syracuse. So it's like the complete dichotomy there of education and no education. All I care about is if it all melds together and the Knicks win an NBA title.
Well, I think the good part is you got your 2 guards that are pretty smart guys, and I think that's probably the driving force behind it all.
That's where you need the basketball IQ.
Yeah, absolutely.
So any parting thoughts here as we head into Saturday's game at the Dean Dome?
I think actually next Tuesday's game, Valentine's Day, for all you lovers out there.
Hootie Booty. Hootie Booty.
I think that's the big game for Virginia. I think if they can steal that one on the road, they'll be right on course for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, because you look at their league wins right now. I mean, they're right there. They just need a few more. Of course, Carolina will be coming back to JPJ soon, so
Better chance there.
That's true. But at least they don't have Duke again by that token. Although some Virginia fans probably would have liked to have seen a rematch with Duke after what happened down in Durham there. Well, awesome, Hoots. A good program here. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Don't forget, Hootie Booty on Twitter and Whitey's World 365 about to make a huge arrival onto the Twitter scene. So thanks for everybody, and we'll catch up with you next week.
See you next week.